Gems of wisdom from metaphors, research, and ancient teachings. The philosophy. We're back, guys, and today we're delving into a pretty intense topic. What is your deepest fear? Now, before you click away from the video, bear with me, because here's the thing. If once we can identify and realize what our fear is, then we can transform it, then we can overcome it, then we can dissolve it. So are you ready? You ready to dive in? Ready to talk about fears today? One of my mentors said that there's two main fears that people have. Fear of not being enough and fear of being unloved. He says, whose love did you desire most as a kid? So growing up, two parents, right? And one parent maybe you just jived better with. When we're born, we're actually only born with two fears: fear of falling and fear of loud noises. Everything else is learned. Everything else we picked up along the way somehow. Now, I've worked with a lot of people, and I would add a third fear onto that. So not being enough, not being loved, and being alone. So being rejected or feeling lonely. I feel like that's another third fear, which kind of goes with the not being loved. However, I think it's a little slightly different. Now, if you're resonating with this and you feel like, yeah, I have that. I struggle with feeling worthy, or I struggle with feeling like I'm always looking for love outside of me. I'm looking for somebody else to tell me I'm beautiful and worthy and worth it and lovely and amazing. Let's be real. We've all been there. This is a common human experience, because when we're kids, our survival is dependent on the acceptance of others. So when we're kids and we're growing up in a family system, we consciously know that we're dependent 100% on our parents. Whether our parents are mean to us, whether they withhold love, etc., we have to, for our own survival, relate with them and somehow find a way that they'll love us. So then we adopt behaviors. Maybe we become an overachiever. Maybe we start lashing out. Maybe we're the funny one. Maybe we're the responsible one. We find some way to get love. We find some way so that we can be sure that we'll never be, out in the cold, hungry, and, rejected. And so this pattern when we're kids, it serves us. It serves us well. However, when we get into adulthood, it doesn't serve us anymore. Now, so one fear that maybe was a good thing back in the day because it kept us in line and it kept us, clothed and sheltered and getting food from our parents, now it turned into something that could be hindering us. So like if you're afraid to take risks or always looking on the outside for validation, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about, because truly deepest fears stem from a few things: not feeling worth it, not feeling worthy, afraid you won't be loved, and afraid to be alone. If we continue to live from a framework that, we're not worth it, we're afraid we won't be loved, we're gonna make choices and be with people that aren't good for us, because ultimately we're acting out of a place of emptiness, of fear. And the first step to changing anything is awareness. And you're already there. So congrats, you're already there. That should make you feel inspired, because now. You know where all of this crap is coming from. You know that it was a survival technique that you used to stay getting, I don't know why I'm thinking of porridge right now, to stay getting porridge, food, necessary things. And it's not serving you anymore. So like the Hawaiians say, when our stuff comes up, it's a blessing, because it means you're ready to let it go. Today, my invitation to you is to let it go. To let go whatever you didn't like about your past and live more fully, more connected, and more in alignment, absolutely knowing that you are worthy. I care about you. And I want you to know that you are worthy. If you have to, write it 100 times a day. Say it to yourself all the time. Every time you see yourself in the mirror, smile and brush your shoulders off. You've made it. You're amazing. You're a miracle. I want us all to rise up, all to wake up and reclaim our own stories together.